Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Pershing, U.S. Global Command 3.4. Okay, first up is escalation. On the last Soviet turn, or last time around, Honduras became PRF, so there's a +2 for that. And then basic intelligence of 7 is 9, which takes us up to 32, and DEFCON 3. So let's make the adjustment on the dashboard to DEFCON 3. And you all know now that gives us the opportunity to declare war on one minor faction per turn. Okay, next up we have tech, or no, where am I at? Yeah, next up we have tech. Okay, PGM, advanced SLBMs, and 2 dice on advanced sonar. Okay, yes, yes, and yes. Everybody hit. That's a nice change. So, stage 1 of PGM, go to stage 3 on advanced SLBM, and complete advanced sonar. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Okay, now counterinsurgency. You remember the Soviets placed insurgent in Guatemala and in Venezuela. So we're all prepared for that. 1 free die for each with the advisor and 2 purchased for each. Red is going to be Guatemala and orange will be Venezuela. Let's just roll them together. Here we go. Oh, okay, there's one. Venezuela. The insurgent was defeated. Guatemala, the insurgency succeeds. So, take him off of Venezuela. Get the American roundel and a light infantry on there. Here we go. U.S. on their supplemental income goes up to 2. And then here in Honduras, take him off. PRF roundel. Two light infantry, a SAM, and a minor army base. So there's the PRF, 2 light infantry, SAM, and minor army base. Okay, that's how that shakes out. And now income adjustments are immediate. I probably made a mistake earlier. So a new PRF land zone takes the U.S. up to 34. We'll make sure we get that right. Okay, now we are at purchase. Take these away. So the Americans are spending 4 on a Marine, 6 on an airbase upgrade, and 10 on a next-gen MBT and an MBT. Okay, now, combat. U.S. Global Command is declaring war on PRF. This is going to manifest itself in two ways. We're going to have two attacks. Okay, the first attack is going to be into Cuba. We have 3 airborne here in Gulf states with a major air base. So all 3 of them are going to airborne assault into Cuba. We have on this task force card here, we have an amphib carrying 2 Marines. One brought down from Northeast United States, the other just picked up from Gulf states. They are going in amphibious assault. The attack chopper from the amphib is going in to support the attack. That'll give the 2 Marines a close air support boost. The cruiser is going to provide shore bombardment. The battleship is going to provide artillery support. The Navy ASF is going in to support the attack, since the Cubans do have a fighter. Then the fighter from Gulf States is going to come down here and run seed in regular combat, which will negate the first strike of the Cuban SAM, and he still gets to take part in regular combat. The A-10 will come down and attack. The F-117 will come down to attack. The ASF is coming down to do his thing. The B-52 is coming down to carpet bomb. We're going to knock the hell out of Castro's boys. And then the second attack is going to be into eastern Mexico. Now, everybody in the world knows there is a river between Texas and Mexico. It's with the way that's highlighted, it's hard to say, but like I said, everybody in the world knows the Rio Grande is there. So the 2 next-gen MBTs will have a first round penalty for that. We're also going to have rocket artillery come down, SPAG. This airborne from southern United States, 1, 2 in there on airborne assault. And then from the fleet, the fighter and the naval attack bomber are going to come over and lend their support to the attack. So that's it for that one. I lied. There's not 2 combats, there's 3 combats. The third combat is going to be a surgical strike into Honduras with cruise missiles fired from these 2 major air bases. As the United States has long-range missiles, so 1, 2, 3 pair of cruise missiles shot into Honduras. And we will use spy satellite here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and use spy satellite there to give them target select. So if we get any hits, we can take out light infantry instead of letting them take the SAM. Okay. That's it, 3 combats. So, this stuff out of the way. And I probably better do some battle boarding to keep everything straightened out. Okay, here we are. There's the boards. As I said, the SAM, his first strike is negated in defense because of the fighter flying seed, and he's also the fighter's also up there on regular combat. Soviet ASW choppers in the box, and there's the shore bombarding cruiser and the artillery supporting battleship. Actually, shore bombardment is first strike. So he should be over here in the 2 box in the first strike. Okay. Here we go. So we have a first strike shore bombardment at 2. That's a miss. Okay, there's no first strike by the defenders, so we've got a pair of ASFs attacking at 5. They both miss. We have a B-52 carpet bombing. Those all missed. Now we have 3 airborne at 3. Okay, there is 1 general hit. Now we have 2 Marines at 4. There's a second general hit. A-10 at 5. There is a hit, and that is land target select always with the A-10. Okay, now we have an attack chopper. That's a miss with a 9. Battleship shooting artillery support. That's a miss. Fighter. That's a miss. Get a different die. F-117. That's a miss. Good God. Horrible, pathetic shooting. Okay, in defense, we got a fighter on air superiority. He gets a hit. 1 air superiority hit. Okay, now there is a SAM. Gets his 3 shots. And he misses. So now we have 2 paramilitary. Look at that, the paramilitary come through with 2 hits. I'd say they're batting way above their weight. And now 2 light infantry. Those both miss. Okay, land target select by the attacker, of course, is going to be one of the light infantries. Kill that. Clear, I forgot to tilt you up so you can see the boards and what I'm doing. Clear that off. Air superiority hit by the defender. Air superiority hit by the defender. That's going to be taken on the naval ASF. Take that off, that clears that. Okay, now 2 general hits by the attacker. They're going to, of course, take the SAM and 1 of the paramilitaries. Clear that off. 2 general hits in defense. Two general hits in defense. All right, they'll take 2 airborne. That clears that off. Okay, this fighter goes to his normal place. The cruiser and the battleship go to the box. The B-52 goes to the box. Everybody else stays the same. Okay. So ASF, that's a miss. Airborne, That is a miss. 2 Marines. Okay, there is 1 hit. A-10. Miss. Attack chopper. There is a hit, and target select isn't going to matter at this point. So there's 2 general hits. Fighter. Miss. F-117. Hit. 3 general hits. And that's enough to get the job done. Okay, now Defender. Paramilitary. Miss. Light infantry. Miss. Fighter. Fighter does get a hit. Okay, so the 3 general hits by the attacker are enough to finish them off. 1 general hit by the defender will kill the other airborne. That's all cleared off. Soviet ASW chopper is eliminated. Okay, so we have an American victory here. Change out roundels. The zone is captured by 2 Marines. And the American auxiliary income goes up 2 more to 4. And I'll move stuff back and get the Mexico fight ready on the board. Okay, I got everybody moved over here. There's what the battle boards look like. So first up, rocket artillery, the 3 dice at 2, first strike. All miss. Okay, now the Cuban Sam gets to take 2 shots, first strike. Pollen. Okay, there is 1 hit. Which the Americans left to take that on the Navy fighter. Okay, so now we have an airborne at 3. Misses. 3 MBTs at 5 because of the river penalty. Okay, there are 2 hits there. And those are both land target selects. So mark that. And now we have an attack bomber at 7. And that's a miss. Okay, in defense, we have 2 light infantry. Those both miss. And a mech. Also misses. So 2 land target selects is going to be the mech and 1 of the light infantry. Those are cleared off. And that's that. Rocket artillery goes to the box. The MBTs go up to 6. The SAM defending goes to the box, so there's just 1 light infantry left in defense. So this time we're going to go the other way. Attack bomber. Miss. Next gen MBTs. Okay, there's 3 hits. More than enough overkill. So the light infantry defends for a miss. Okay, those guys are off there. And It was a little expensive. Cost him a fighter. But the Americans have captured eastern Mexico. So the American roundel, I'm going to put on the big map over here. And then the troops we will put on in the blow-up box. Next-gen MBTs, rocket artillery, SPAG, airborne, and the Navy fighter that needs to land, I'm going to put over here on the big map. Okay, now we have 2 cruise missiles being fired into Honduras with spy satellite support. So here we go. Both missed with 12s. Not very good shooting. Okay, that's the end of combat. Non-combat, I think all we're going to be doing is landing our air. So let's have a look here. The Navy attack bomber goes back to the supercarrier. The fighter, all these guys are going over here to Gulf states. The B-52 will go to southern United States. Actually, the F-117 will go to southern United States well. And that, so it's not so quite so crowded over there in Gulf states. Okay, we've landed all of the air. We are going to move this SRBM over one space to Gulf states. And we're going to move this SAM down to Gulf states. That'll be it for non-combat. Okay. So now we are placing units. The next-gen MBT and the MBT are going at the major Army base in Gulf states. The Marine will also go at the major Army base in Gulf states. The air base upgrade is going up here to northeast United States. I'm trying to remember. No, I did not. I have to move the supplemental income up one more to 5 for eastern Mexico. Okay. That was units placed. Now we're collecting money. Yes. Collect income. So the Americans are 34 plus 5 is 39. Let's get this step. Actually, There's 4 right there. I need those, and a 5. And 110. I need 2 more of those. Makes 39. The Americans shot 2 more cruise missiles, leaving them with 2. And that'll do it. Wait, yeah. Yep, that'll do it. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.